So we wanted the universities to take forward the message, and I want to know how many universities conducted such great conference, because I myself attended 2 or 3 colleges, universities. I wanted to know from you how many Y20 conferences and how the message of G20 conference has been projected towards the students, and setting of alumni association and alumni meetings. Immediately I became the governor. My dream project was the connected chancellor. I wanted all the alumni within 1 week, all the alumni of the universities to be contacted, and so that the past students help the future students, so that they gain their position and they gain their degree and they gain their life because of the education from the particular university, and because it is high time that they have to contribute towards the university. I am not saying that alumni associations are not working, but to that, not to that extent, because some alumni association is there and some few alumni are really helping the students for construction of some lab or scholarship, but it is not enough. The wealth of alumni should totally contribute, should be utilized fully by the present students. The capacity of the past students should be utilized by the future students. And uploading the certificates on national DigiLocker for the benefit of the students. Sports promotion at all university level. That too also. Sports, we have sports classes and all those things. But to that extent, as our students take part in the national games, in the Olympic games, nowadays the government is motivating them. So even the peripheral students are taking part in that. Even Para-Olympics, we have got medals. So we have to motivate the students in that level. And participation in the ranking systems, the national, global level. That is one of my dream. And going for NAC accreditation. You all will know, because when I personally went to the NAC committee at Bangalore, conducted at Bangalore, and all our higher education department came there personally. I handed over in what all our higher education is lacking, but I don't know how it is rectified. So lot of problems we faced, and the NAC chairman itself projected some of the problems faced by the Telangana higher education, and we have already submitted it. I want the follow-up of that. And collaborations with other prestigious national and international organizations and universities. Some of the universities already signed MOU, I know that, but in spite of that, we have to be more proactive so that each and every student is benefited by such collaborations. And community outreach of the university social responsibilities, and Swachh campus. And most of the universities follow that, but still more efforts are needed. And green campus universities, that is also followed by most of the universities, but more green coverage is needed. And groundwater conservation and rainwater programs also should be conducted by the conservation of rainwater, conservation of the groundwater initiatives should be followed by the universities. And any best practices, I want all the universities vice chancellors to come out with a report. What all the best practices followed in your universities? And some of the additional points which I want to project are the motivating the students, not only academic social responsibilities, but academic entrepreneurship. Because now it is a competitive world. So while earn and learn, or earn while learn. So we have to motivate the students because they have so much of leisure time, and so we motivate them for academic entrepreneurship, so that the marginalized students who are studying in our universities start learning when earning when they learn itself. And this leads to education and economic empowerment. While gaining the educational empowerment itself, the students should gain the economic empowerment. And the innovations, the research activities, more focus on publications, more focus on innovations, and more focus on research activities. My request is, sometimes the research activities and the publications are by some certain students, always they come forefront. Please pull down the last bench students also. motivate them who are all not yet published, who are all not yet, there is a grade mark now, but in spite of that we have to motivate the students, and so that they have to come up with more publications and more research activities. And now, from now I want to announce that best practices, there will be an award from the Chancellor for the best practices in each university, and Chancellor Award for the best academic activities from the universities. And another thing I want to mention here is, please bring out, I already mentioned in the Vice Chancellor video conference, because this G20 magazines, souvenir we can bring out. We can ask the students to write about the pride of Telangana, the heritage of Telangana, and the Telangana movement, so that this will be a great data. It will give a great data, good data about the our agitations, our improvement, and our academic activities, and all these things should be projected in that souvenir. And good online platform, because now Raj Bhavan is going to inaugurate a digital library, because during the pandemic we are very proud that we are one of the states who initiated the online education. I always say, during the pandemic, the online education have become the lifeline of the academicians. So we initiated much ahead of other universities. So this online platform for the students, whether it is interactions, whether a scientific forum, or presentations of the paper, or inaugurating or discussing with the international forum, that should be encouraged by the students, by the faculty, and the students should be motivated for that. And apart from that, some of the problems which we face in Telangana, it is little matter of concern. For example, employability, even the government came out with for recruitment. They wanted a common recruitment board, and because of my inputs from UGC and from other universities and from the academicians, I was unable to endorse the common recruitment board, and I have referred to our Honorable Rashtrapati for endorsement by writing some of my concerns on that. And even some private university bills, because I have gone to all the universities, I visited the universities, and in one of the university, Vice Chancellor had a problem, but before 1 year itself, I went to that university and I projected and I conveyed what all the problems personally I noticed, and I wrote a letter to the state government. But after 1 year, that has, what I wrote before 1 year has found to be true, and even the court has come out with its views, what we told. Even some of the universities, vice chancellors who are continuing, I wanted immediately search committee, and I accepted the extension of the university vice chancellors. In spite of that, I know that immediately they should be replaced, but in spite of my writings and notice saying that immediately search committee should be formed, and immediately even the same person can be appointed as vice chancellor, but the system should be followed, and that was also not followed by the government, and recently the court has heavily come down about that proceedings also. And because of all these, I have to say I am totally focusing on the higher education, but you all know as a chancellor, but the higher education department and the government has to take some decisions, even though we are the chancellors and we are following the universities, but some of the decision making and some of the immediate measures cannot be taken forward by the chancellor. So, but I constantly convey my message. Even one of the, for example, Basra University, even though it is not coming under our purview, but when I went, I felt that some counseling classes should be there. But in spite of that, we are now noticing the very, very disheartening to see the suicide attempts of the children. So before 1.5 years itself, I focused that some counseling classes should be there. So these are things which my intention is not finding fault with anybody, not to create controversies, but to be constructive. I want to always to be a catalyst. And I want the state to, because I have seen the students, they are even in NEET. You have seen these students have come out with flying colors, even in all India examinations. When compared to other states, the toppers are more from Telangana state. So my request is, please feed the children who are all hungry, who are all knowledge hungry. So we have to feed them. I don't know whether we are feeding to that satisfaction, whether we are filling their ambitions, expectations. So the main aim of this Vice Chancellor's conference is that we have to look after what all the expectations of the students, what all we have to fulfill, what all the gaps which are seen by the students, and we have to look after that they are exemplifying in their academic activities. And apart from that, how we are going to follow the NEP 2020. Because as an academician, really, when I read about the NEP 2020, as our Honorable Prime Minister says, that moving the children from the classrooms to the international scenario, the world scenario, world forum, and looking after their nutrition, looking after their education, and what all the drawbacks the students were facing in the previous system, and now everything has been rectified. So it is our duty, because it is implemented in a much greater way, in a much systematic way, and more academicians and more the opinion from more students, more academicians, more teachers, and more parents. Lakhs and lakhs of people have expressed their views, and from that, as a juice, this national NEP 2020 has been formed and implemented. So it is our duty to take forward the implementation of NEP 2020 with its full form. So my request is, whatever may be I know some of the limitations of our Vice Chancellors and some of the problems even the Vice Chancellors are facing, but in spite of that, whatever may be the hurdles, whatever may be the problems we face, we have to help the students, and we have to make our state the topmost state in our higher education. And most of the time I have noticed, because I see in the newspapers, some of the students want more marks, and they want the examinations to be postponed, and they want more courses, and they want the fees of the PhD to be reduced. So many problems the students are facing. But my worry is, I am unable to help them in their day-to-day activities. But I am holding the rope for them. I can assure the younger generation of Telangana that I am there to protect them, because I can tell a small story. When children were crossing a rope bridge, the mother was standing at the other side. The rope bridge was with holes and it was shaky. The children were thinking, oh, this is shaking and we are about to fall, and there are lots of holes in that. And that why the mother is standing on the other side, she's not coming to help me. So I may fall down. Why my mother is not coming here? She's standing at the other end. And then when they passed, only they found the mother was holding the other end of the rope. Otherwise the bridge would have collapsed. So the mother is holding and standing on the other side, holding it strongly, so that the younger generation are not collapsing and their ambitions are not collapsed. My situation is like that only. So I am holding them, but day to day, because of the limitations of Chancellor and because of some of the problems I face with the state government also, we are unable to help the student faculty day to day basis. But my intention, whether to the passing of the bills or supporting the bills, we're opposing the bills, all because I have to support the youngsters. It is only for the younger generation, and it is only to the safeguard them. That is my intention, and to my conscience, I am working for them. And this, we can, let us have a open discussion. Even if you want to criticize also, you can tell me, so that if you want to tell anything also, you can tell me, so that we can come to a solution. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now, with the permission of Honorable Governor and Chancellor, now Honorable Governor will inaugurate the Raj Bhavan's digital library.
Actually, this digital library is inaugurated with the intention of more students should be benefited, the marginalized students who cannot get their academic books. So our department, our office put more efforts to organize this digital library with all sections of education, whether it is medicine, engineering, whether BCom, BA or arts, science or diplomas. We have collected all the books with the National Digital Library India, with a collaboration with them, so that they can reach out this digital library at any time. This will be a very good for the students who are unable to get the books and who want to reach out and who can appear for the more competitive examinations and who want to exemplify in their academic activities.
Ma'am, first we will see SCRT Telangana books, ma'am. Here you see, madam, mathematics class 9th. Yeah, so here both the Telugu medium books are there, English medium books are there, ma'am. So the school children also, they can access from our digital library. Yeah, so chapter wise they can access. Then go to other intermediate. Yeah, IIT, JEE and NEET previous year's question papers along with solution also is available. Yeah, all the papers, ma'am. Can you show NEET? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are available. Then can you show BTech computer science subjects? Yeah, one of the subjects, ma'am. Yeah, so these are various books, madam. So students can really access wherever they are. If they have network, internet, they can access. Even if it is Nagar Karnool, if it is Bhadrachalam, if it is Adilabad, students can access. Then can you show medical books? MBBS and other medical books are also, and reference books and journals. They are all available on this, ma'am. Yeah, various case studies, research papers of other universities are all available. Can you go to other one? Career development, competitive exams. Yeah, here, madam, competitive exams like UPSC, Railway Recruitment Board, Staff Selection, UPA, Institute of Banking. just show some UPSC, yeah. These are all various papers, ma'am. Previous papers, so they are all available at single place, so that students need not go to various other places and at single place we are able to provide all the old papers along with solutions, all UPSC papers, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, I want all the Vice Chancellor to propagate about this library to your students. We took much effort, almost 6 months to 7 months effort, and we reached out doctors for medical books, and we reached out the academicians for academic books. So very elaborately we have worked on it. So it should be totally utilized, not only introduction, it should be totally utilized. And the thought of it came when I had some interaction with some of the tribal students on online classes. They were unable to reach out the online courses. So the thought came, and then we have successfully implemented it. The success of this will be as many as children who utilize this library. So I want all the Vice Chancellors to propagate about this digital library, where almost all books, most of the books, we have fed in that.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And if ma'am, pardon.
Yeah.
So now I request NIC Senior Technical Director, Mr. Srinivas Subbarao Garu, to give demo on Chancellor Connects alumni. So from Rajbhavan website.
Good morning, ma'am. So already all the Vice Chancellors and the senior officers from the various universities, so they are onboarded with this Chancellor Connects alumni. So nearly 1197 applications received as on today, and among them 784 applications were successfully accepted, and 8 applications were rejected due to various reasons, and 405 applications are pending, and 470 IDs are also generated, actually. So even then, some of the VCs and registrars they are facing some technical glitch actually. So now we want to show the live application, live demonstration, ma'am. And before going to the live demonstration, I want to express my sincere gratitude towards Honorable Governor, ma'am, for giving your time and for witnessing this live application, live demonstration. And as a NIC, a technical partner, so we are very much pride to have this type of interaction with the Governor Rajbhavan office. And in future also we will try to integrate some more applications as and required from the NIC side, I am saying, ma'am. And we will show the end-to-end solution process for this application. So my colleague Mr. Anil, he will, okay, ready? So from the governor portal, alumni is the link is there, ma'am. So in this actually everything is a secured one. So with user ID, password, and we have integrated with the SMS as well as the email also. So all the information will be passed in the form of email. So 2 types of registrations are there. One is the alumni registration, and second one is the university registration. And presently 14 universities are enrolled, which are onboarded with our application. So yeah. So I think I'll hand over to my colleague.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. We are doing the live registration of one of the alumni of Osmania University, Mr. Uday Kumar. I have selected the username as Uday M, and chosen the password for him, typing the full name and entering the mail ID. mobile number. Enter the mobile number, and he will be a student, so I'm selecting the student as role, and then reasons, entering the CAPTCHA. Yeah, now he will be receiving an OTP on his email ID, which he will share with us to complete the registration process. We are yet to receive the email.
Finally, card will come. When card comes, it comes. No? Updates, promotions. Updates. All very good. Got registration. Actually, my request, you proceed. Meantime, I'll start. My request is because you know the number of alumni in our university and number of them registered, you can how negligible the amount is. So from 2 years since we are trying this, but in between pandemic, I want each and every university to focus on this. So this it's a great treasure. It's a great treasure which we utilize to the present education system. But some of the alumni have come out with good number of work. There are auditorium construction, crores and crores, but much more can be got from them. So my request is, please, whatever maybe the hurdles obstacles you face in that, you can rectify it. But we have simplified. Before we had a little complicated registration, but we have simplified everything. But only our concern is somebody should not be a false registration, that's all. They should, because we are giving a card. After completion, ID card we are giving that he belongs to this university, he is an alumni of this university. So he can have it, he can show his children also, say, I learned from this university and because of this I have the alumni card. This is a pride of our institution, is our pride. So when our Madras Medical College faced some of the problems in demolition something, immediately we MMC students went there and we prevented that problem, and even the student faculty is more benefited by that. So this is our duty. So the connection between our institution and ourselves doesn't complete after getting the degrees. It is eternal. It is still our life, because our life is gained through our university. So my appeal is have to more concentrate on this, because we have basic work, everything we have done. Just you have to motivate the alumni. Completed?
Yes, sir. We have received the OTP and entered the OTP, and the candidate's registration is completed successfully. Now we will continue to log in with his credentials just now created and then update his profile along with his photograph and other details like his educational qualification. We'll now log in.
If it is delayed, then we'll proceed because
Yes, ma'am.
time
We'll do
is
it, ma'am.
precious. Let them proceed.
Can we use your username and password, sir?
Yeah, that's what we'll proceed, and when it comes, just you can show.
Yes.
And another thing, two things I actually forgot to mention here, the health profile of the students. In the first Vice Chancellor conference, I told about that. We have to have the health profile because that is particularly female children. When we have the health profile, it will be useful for their future pregnancy and other treatments also. So it is, and anything to be corrected. Because nowadays we say that for getting good generation, pre-conceptional stage itself, everything should be connected. So we want anemia-free, malnutrition-free student faculty. First, some of the universities are maintaining, I think. I wanted regular health checkups. Yeah, you can report in your reporting. So for that only I wanted Dr. Raghuram also here. Because nowadays breast cancer, he wanted to make the children aware of the breast cancer, and along with me as a doctor, I also want to take the message anemia-free students because 70% students are anemic according to the report, and we want to take forward the preventive measures among the children. So we want that help from you also. And we have taken another initiative from Raj Bhavan is CPR challenge. We are training all our Raj Bhavan staff are trained in cardiopulmonary resuscitation because when I was traveling in a flight, one person got a problem and he was facing with some cardiac arrest, and immediately because my presence he was saved. He is a DGP, ADGP, even still in duty at Andhra Pradesh government, with Andhra Pradesh government. So that as a doctor I always thought, but after this incident, we motivated all of the youngsters to get trained in the CPR, and we systematically trained all our Raj Bhavan staff to carry out the CPR so that in the emergency situations. So I want all the students also, because now we are going to collaborate the universities with the Red Cross. So they also themselves will take the message forward, but I want all the university vice chancellors also to take forward the message of CPR. So it will be very useful. Nowadays, when we go to the crowded places, when we go to the, when we unduly faced with some of the problems faced by the patients, or even normal patients can have cardiac arrest at sometimes, so they can be saved. So we are taking forward the message of CPR also. Yeah.
We are in the profile page, ma'am. Since there was a password lockout for that user, we have used another user ID with Mr. Srinivas Subbarao Akella, and I have updated his details with gender, date of birth, designation and working place, along with the mobile number and email ID, and the address, Telangana State, Hyderabad, with the town and pin code, and residential address same as the present address, and The university is Osmania University, studied in Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology with the qualification MCA in 1994, and the roll number is 0992207, and uploaded the provisional or convocation certificate and the photograph. We can see the uploaded certificate here.
Very good.
So this is a certificate uploaded and issued by the Osmania University, and also the photograph which is supposed to be given, so that this will be printed on the ID card as well as on the certificate of alumni. So once the profile is updated and submitted, the application will be sent to the university for the verification of his candidature, and then the certificate will be generated. Yeah. This is the format of certificate for alumni, which is actually generated in this form once the university approves. Log off.
So it is an opportunity to have the certificates also. Some will search the certificates only when we want them to upload it.
Yes, ma'am. So, yeah, okay. It is approved and the certificate is generated like this. The physical copy of the certificate is here, ma'am. It's printed already.
Okay. You can show that.
Certificate వచ్చింది.
Mr. Srinivas Subbarao, Akella.
Congratulations.
Uday Kumar.
Kampa. Oh, it's our staff for getting the alumni. Thank you.
So, ma'am, with your permission.
A little fast.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now Youth Red Cross, Mr. Ramesh, can you give your presentation?
Why we wanted to project the Red Cross activities like NSS. We want the Youth Red Cross and Junior Red Cross also to be associated with the institutions, because during the COVID, they did an exemplary job. And even midnight, early morning, they went and distributed the groceries wherever we wanted, and blood donation, particularly for thalassemia patients. During the time of pandemic, we did not get blood, but all our Red Cross societies, all the district branches worked hard, and they motivated the policemen, the army personnel to donate blood, and even the thalassemia patients who need blood repeatedly were given blood because of the activities of Red Cross. So I want to, yeah. And another thing, when I came here, the Red Cross number was only some 20 to 30,000. Now we have more than 15 lakh students enrolled in that. So I want more focused on that. So this will give them an opportunity to serve the society. Four lakh 31,000 from universities. So we have the data from each and every university, and totally it is number of students. Kakatiya University, 208 colleges have the Youth Red Cross Society. 1,15,000 students are there in the Kakatiya University. Osmani University, 161 colleges enrolled it, and 96,000 students are there. JNTU, 68 colleges and 1,29,000 students are there. Sathavahana University, 39 colleges have enrolled and 19,000 students are there. Palamuru, 16,000 students with 31 colleges. Telangana University, 28 colleges with 27,000 students. Kaloji University with 20 colleges, 8,000 students. Mahatma Gandhi University, 11 colleges with 8,000 students, with 3,000 students. And JNTU Fine Arts, 3 colleges with 3,000 students. Ambedkar Open University, 1 college with 1,900 students. ICBM, John Bosco Institute of Computers and Business Management, 195. Institute of Computers and Business Management, 240 students. National Institute of Technology, 304,000 students. Professor Jaishankar, Telangana Institute of Agriculture, 310 students. KL University, Ajib Nagar, 1,000 students approximately. Totally 576 colleges and 4,31,000 students. But I want more enrollment from the universities.
We'll play the video, ma'am.
Yeah. Little quicker and fast, okay? Because so I want the Yuva Shakti to be associated with us. So I want the Yuva Shakti to be associated with Raj Bhavan in all the good efforts. So I salute the youth of Telangana because we are standing in an independent state. The new state has been formed because of the sacrifice of Yuva Shakti of Telangana. Because of the sacrifice, so many Yuva people have sacrificed their lives for this formation of Telangana. I want to compliment their association in the tribal activities also. We have adopted 6 villages, and they have donated 2-wheeler ambulances where the people cannot reach. Single road is there, and then in distribution of the Mehua Laddu to combat the anemia, and in maintaining the health profile of the tribals, and in medical camps also they are doing exemplary job associated with ESIC Hospital and National Institute of Nutrition. Thank you.
Now, Dr. Raghuram.
Vice Chancellors, members of the media, I feel it a great honor and an incredible privilege to be addressing and sharing my thoughts with this august audience. And I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the People's Governor. I say People's Governor because she takes interest in people's issues. And on behalf of the foundation, you can see the Madam Governor here in the background of the Raj Bhavan, the only Raj Bhavan in the country, which has been illuminated for 3 consecutive years to support breast cancer awareness in the month of October. Madam, so grateful to you for giving this unique opportunity and spreading this word not only in this state but across the country. And as I say, everything begins with a story. My story began when my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer 23 years ago. And to cut a long story short, I was working in the UK, came back to India, and over the past 17 years, I have strived to be a living bridge between Britain and Bharat, trying to replicate the best of breast health practices to improve the delivery of breast cancer care in India. And one of the things that really prompted me, which is close to my heart, is the activities that are done through the Usha Lakshmi Breast Cancer Foundation, which has my mother's name associated with it, with aims are creating awareness, reaching out to the community, and supporting breast cancer survivors. So the aims of my presentation today, which will be very brief, is to highlight the ABCs of various breast health issues. Secondly, to empower the younger generation who are studying in universities, colleges and schools, so that through them we are able to encourage the older people in their homes and surroundings. Because early detection is the only way that we can save lives. And I'm here to seek your kind help with the permission of the Honorable Governor. And my presentation will be quite swift. It will not be detailed as it would be in your college premises, but this will give you a bird's eye view of what we are talking about. Breast cancer is the most common cancer in India. Unfortunately, compared to the West, majority of breast cancers in India present in the younger age groups between the ages of 30 to 50 years. Because of lack of awareness, because of lack of a robust organized screening program, because of resource constraints, more than 50% present in advanced stages like this. This is a lady from the city of Hyderabad, from Jubilee Hills, who has ignored the symptoms of breast cancer and has presented in advanced stage. Every 8 minutes a woman succumbs to breast cancer in India. It's a closet issue, and that is why we need to disrupt this attitude. And there are certain myths which we need to clear. One of the myths is when someone presents with a lump in the breast, she thinks it's a breast cancer. But 9 out of 10 lumps are not cancers. And as I was just explaining to Dr. Prabhakar Garu and also to Dr. Kavita Rao Garu, that when someone presents with a lump in the breast, they don't need an operation. They need triple assessment. It has to be done by a team which comprises of examination, imaging and core biopsy, not fine needle aspiration biopsy, which is very routinely done in our country, despite the fact that 20 years ago it has been proven that core needle biopsy is the gold standard. Just like a doctor requires a stethoscope for a surgeon or a specialist dealing with breast diseases, the stethoscope is good radiologist and good pathologist. And these 3 things are very, very important. I shall just touch upon some common breast health issues. The commonest problem is breast pain. It's not a cancer, it's not a symptom of cancer. Majority don't require any medication except for reassurance. And lot of doctors write medications like evening primrose oil, which does not work. The second commonest lump that people notice, particularly in younger people, is fibroadenoma, which is a small lump. Majority don't require any surgery. All that is required is an ultrasound guided core needle biopsy to confirm the diagnosis and then reassure women. It hurts me when I see many young people who come with multiple fibroadenomas who have had multiple scars in the breast. There is absolutely no need to excise a small fibroadenoma. All that is required is to reassure. Why I am talking about this is, when you hear about this, when you go to a doctor and the doctor advises surgery, then you are armed with this information. Cysts are very, very common in older women. Again, nothing needs to be done unless it is a very large lump where aspiration is done under ultrasound guidance. Coming to the breast cancer, do we know what causes breast cancer? We still don't know. But we know that any prolonged exposure of the hormone estrogen can cause breast cancer, and these are the common risk factors of developing breast cancer. And does breast cancer occur in older women? Yes, it is in the West. But in India, the peak incidence of breast cancer is from 40 to 60 years, and these are the statistics that show. Do men, there are many men in this audience, men think they don't get breast cancer. Men also can get breast cancer, but it is not common, it is not uncommon, it is rare. 1 out of 100 breast cancers occur in men. So men also need to be aware. And this is the Buddha statue in pink. Family history. Lot of times people say that when they notice a family history of breast cancer, they think that they are at an increased risk. My mother had breast cancer. My grandmother had breast cancer. Will I be at an increased risk? The answer is no. Only significant family history is important. When one or more relatives are diagnosed with breast cancer under the age of 40, or 2 or more relatives have had breast cancer in their family, or breast cancer and ovarian cancer in the immediate family, or male breast cancer in the family, they are predisposed to genetic factors like BRCA1 and BRCA2 abnormalities, which can potentially lead to breast cancer. This is our legislative assembly, the only legislative assembly which turned pink. Birth control pills cause breast cancer is a myth, because modern day birth control pills have very low dose estrogen and progesterone, hence they don't cause breast cancer. Now, breast self-examination, many times we see in the media that women are encouraged to do breast self-examination. I'm afraid there is no evidence now. A lot of randomized controlled trials have been done. The concept now is called breast awareness, where women are encouraged on a daily basis just to know whether there are any new changes in the breast, like a painless lump in the breast, puckering of the skin overlying the breast, blood-stained discharge from the breast, from the nipple. If these changes are there, they must report to a doctor. So it's important to know what is normal. It is important to know what changes to look for, to look and feel, report any changes to the doctor, and have a mammogram if someone is aged over 40. Mammography, why people don't go for mammogram in our country, there are two main reasons. One, people think it's a radiation hazard. Actually, the radiation from mammography is less than a dental X-ray. The second thing is, lot of times people think that there is pain. The pain will be momentary, but it is called discomfort if it is done properly. In this day and age of digital mammography, 3D mammography, the discomfort is less and the pain is less, the radiation is even more less. And therefore, it is very safe to have a mammogram, because that is the best way to detect early cancer. Underwire bra and deodorants do not cause breast cancer. Pregnant women can get breast cancer. Breastfeeding, does it prevent breast cancer? It doesn't prevent, but it significantly reduces the risk of breast cancer. And lot of times women say, doctor, I don't have a lump. Why are you asking me to get a mammogram screening? Because breast screening can save lives. That is the only way that breast cancer can be detected early. It is because of this several randomized controlled trials which have shown beyond doubt that we cannot prevent breast cancer, but we can detect it early and we can cure it. Usually you can't use the word cure in cancer, but with breast cancer, if it's detected early, you can cure this cancer, because you don't want to have a woman like this who has had a mastectomy, because it naturally breaks anybody's heart. We are looking at picking up cancers when it is 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters, many years before it is felt by the lady or the doctor. So that when we detect a cancer like that, we just put a fine wire and remove the lesion, and we don't need to remove the breast. And in this day and age of oncoplastic surgery, I don't mean reconstruction. Oncoplastic surgery means when you remove a lump in the breast, there is a big defect. To cover the defect, we can use several techniques to reshape the breast so that there is no defect in the breast. If you see the lady on the right side, this lady had a lesion in the upper inner quadrant, which is at the bra line. If I make an incision there, it is going to disfigure that lady's breast. So I make an incision around the nipple areolar region, remove the lesion, and afterwards she won't be able to see the scar, she won't be able to feel the defect. So that gives an enormous